Hello, good evening and happy Sunday. Nice to see people, I'm sure, are going to be hopping on behind me. Just a sec. I'm trying to get my screens ready. Whoops, a daisy. Got you over there too soon, look. There we go. And welcome. So today I am trying to get out of the doom and gloom of the current weather here. And so I'm really looking forward to some blossom. I have got snowdrops out in the garden. They've been out quite a while, just looking for those colours coming through. So I've got some nice white snowdrops, but just looking for the spring colours to jump into action. So I wanted to use some springy colours, but I wanted to do a bit of a mix match today. Hi Angela, lovely to see you here. So I'm going to get my screen ready again, but just not bring you down overlay yet like I did too early before. So take that one off, that one, and that one. It just doesn't want to play with me. There we go. Okay, we're ready to go. So let's get you down onto the table. So let's crack on, shall we? Now, first of all, I'm going to bring on the Celebration. I mentioned to you the other day about Celebration is continuing and we have additional products here. So I think I've got confused with the alphabet sets. There are actually two. This is the larger alphabet, the Alphabet a la Mode, which are the ones that are available in Celebration, the extended, the more to celebrate. So these are the ones that are £40. So the bigger ones. So these are kind of like about that so big. Okay. I've written on one of these copies here. Put my details on one and they're written on the other. This one here, I haven't really focused on this one because I haven't had this one. This one's on page 23 here in the catalogue, in the spring catalogue. So just have a look here with me. Oh, come here. I think I said 23. 23, no. It's not 23. What page did I write down? Page 39. It's the £23. Oh dear, has it been one of those days really? So this one here on the More to Celebrate is available. It's £23 to purchase, but this is one of the ones that you can have totally free with your Celebration purchases. So if there's anything that you wanted to have, like for instance the dies, you could make up to your minimum purchase and then get the stamps for free. I know you get 10% off purchasing as a bundle up here. You save 10%, but if you can have £23 totally free, that's kind of like a good deal. So I'm kind of considering that one myself when with my next order. So that's just another one I wanted to point out to you. And the alphabets are on here, and these are the selection that the extras available. Okay, so I'll move on from that. We've talked about Celebration, and just a qualifying purchase will let you have those for free. So a quick recap on the card that I did the other day. So I was using the B papers and I did the hexagon dies, and I made, just in case you missed it, I just made the hexagon and showed you how to cut and keep a hinge intact using the dies. Okay, really pleased with that. Had a lot of comments back from that one. So I just thought I'd recap because it's still sitting on the table. So I wanted to either go down the yellow and pink route or the blue and yellow route. So I've got some lovely navies here, and I liked the thought of putting this. The blues won't go from that one, I don't think. So I'm kind of wanting to have some of these fussy cut flowers, maybe some papers either from here or here, and together with the yellows, because I can see these working lovely together. So we're going to work on something from that kind of background. I'm going to take the little bag out here. Remember, I cut a lot of these papers. These are the special release ones. So these are the Serene Love 12-inch papers, designer series papers in Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy and Old Olive. They released these in different colourways to what they were the first time round. So that's why we like these. These are some cards that I've done with you previously. So I'm just looking at some of the navies. These are some of the fussy cut pieces that I've got here. But I've done that work ahead of time. I don't know whether if I keep it all in the same set, actually. I might discard the Mediterranean Blooms. I do love these papers, but if I've got it in the same bundle, I think I'll just keep those together. Put that there now on the floor. So we'll use those ones. There are three, I think it's 3 designs. I'm just trying to work out whether it's 2 of each or 3 of 2 colours. I'll just see what else I've got in here. Old Olive, Lost Lagoon, and yeah, it's the 2 of each colour twice. So these are the ones I've shown you already. So the fussy cuts, the stripes, this one here, and the detail florals on there. Not ruled out playing with that one yet. So we might be using that. So these images here, I'm going to mix and match them together. Hi Shaz. I saw your name pop up. I don't know if I said hi or not. Now some of these images, like I said, I've fussy cut these already. If I just tip them out actually, I can just remind you of a couple of things. Okay, as we go, let me just discard the ones that aren't navy. Okay, there's quite a few in there. There we go, we've got a big one there. And these ones here. There's a few oddments in there. Okay, so leave those ones out. I'll pop those on the next table to me so they can be out of the way. There we go, and we'll play with those in a bit. Okay. Hi Marilyn, hi Gillian. Oh, bless you. That's good. So that one can go on the floor as well. So that was a Serene Love, the speciality papers that have changed. And then these ones here, the yellows. I do love these yellows. You'll know because I've played with them a little bit lately, haven't I? This is turned over. Oh, what's going on here? I had some ladies with me the other day and they've been using these a lot. Look, that's one of my templates. So we were in and out of these quite a bit. Another backing sheet. You can see I've put several packs together in here. As I was thinking about fussy cutting round. I haven't done these ones fussy cut yet. So I might do some of these. These look more individual, don't they? It's the gingham on the back. Just looking to see if I'd got a smaller piece rather than cutting into the bigs. These are quite big flowers, so maybe we'll keep those 2 out and see how they go. Okey-doke. Can go down there. And then we have these ones. Now, I've got all my cardstocks on the floor, but I haven't got a trimmer today. I've got the blocks, but no trimmer. Those of you who come to see my studio, then you'll know my layout in here. It's not like I have everything all behind me. Like you see some of the demonstrators have got rooms where you can just sort of kind of sit in front of the display behind you. So mine's all spread out. It's a bit elongated. So I'm thinking of a white base. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm going to take a thick white card and I'm going to score it down the middle. Shall we make it as an easel? We haven't done an easel lately, have we? So I might cut that down there and then score this way at half. So my little red dots on here, half and half. So you've got quarter sheets and then that's just going to fold over like so. And then if I did an easel card, I will have another quarter of a sheet cut. All right, so I will do this one. Scored in half again. So we've gone to 14.85. So we want to be 14, we want half of that is 7, and then we want 0.4, which is half of 8. Okay, cutting blade out of the way, we don't want to cut it off, but we're going to score it in half. So our piece of card is in half and then in half again. Okay, and that will fold inwards like so. In fact, we could do more of a Z fold with this, couldn't we? Fold it inside out. We have 2 different fold ways here, haven't we? So this is one folding method for a card. We've got a Z fold here. So as it is like so, it is a tent card that way, if we hadn't scored that. It is a landscape card with the side on landscape and the fold on the side. If we fold this in half like this, and we put another quarter panel on the front, we can put a stopper on here and it becomes an easel card. Okay, so it's all halves and quarters. So you could put that on there, or we can turn this the other way out, which I think I'm going to do tonight. I don't think we've done one of those lately. And then this becomes a Z fold. Now I like to put a panel on the front here. So we might just cut a panel that is a smaller size to that. Another way that I do it is a quarter sheet and put it through the middle, so you can cut that one off and then this piece goes this way on. Okay. We could actually, shall we do that one? We'll do it as a Z. I think I'll cut one of these panels down, and I would I'm going to eyeball it, because if I did this piece here again, we would end up with a panel this size, okay? Which we can actually, let's do that. Keep changing my mind, don't I, tonight? So 7.4, we'll cut that off at an 1/8 of a sheet now. So this would be that one cut off if you wanted to. So that would go on there. And then what I think I'm going to do now is put a matte layer behind there. So we'll measure this. Hi everybody joining me. Got Pam, Lynn, got another Sandra on here as well. So where I've done that to 7.4, we're going to make that 1/2 centimetre bigger. So that's going to be 7.9. This is our 10.5. I need to write these down off the side here. So we're going to have 7.9, and we're going to make this way, it's 10.5 because it's half the width of our A4 card. So I want to go up another 1/2 centimetre, so it's going to be by 11. Okay, so that's my measurements for that. So let's grab some navy card, or Night of Navy, or Misty Moonlight. We're going to use this paper here. I think it's going to be Night of Navy. Okay, there we go. We're going to need the bigger trimmer, I think, maybe, to get that in. So I'm going to cut you a strip off here. So we're going to cut the shortest length. We're going to go 7.9. Discard that. And then this way will be 11 centimetres we worked out. It's just 1/2 centimetre all round. If you're watching from the States or on playback from the States, you want to make that about 1/4 of an inch bigger. So we've gone 1/2 a sheet of your normal cardstock, 1/2 sheet that way, and quarters, etc. And just 1/4 of an inch bigger on your layers. So this one's going to be on here like so. I've got a little bit of a wisp on there. So I'm just going to grab my nail block and just take, oh, I think I've knocked that off anyway. Just right on that corner. Okay, so there is our layer to go on there. It also gives us some more substance for this piece that's going to be on its own, but I think that's looking good at the moment. Okay, we'll leave that there for a moment because we might change our mind. Women's prerogative to change their minds, isn't it? So I really want to have this paper featured on here. So I could use some blues on here. I want to leave room to write inside this card. So I could write on the inside of this piece here. So this could be our writing place. So I might look to do a I had that on the inside and then this on the front. That would look nice because we could have that around the outside here, white border, and then the same on this side. So have two different pieces. Okay, or a dark and a light. This one could be under here, and then the dark one could be on the inside. Okay, so we know what our measurements are going to be now. Whereas we went half a centimetre larger, we're going to now go 1/2 centimetre smaller. So I'm just recapping this for you. So it's going to be 6.9 by 10. So we're going to do that one for the DSP. And then the inside of our card, we had this measures 10.5 centimetres by 14.85. So we're going to come in inside 1/2 centimetre. It's going to be 10 centimetres by 13.8. Okay, so that's my two pieces of designer series paper. Evening, Anne. Nice to see you. Hi, Brenda. So I'm going to cut this for the inside here. We're going to have the big piece is going to be 10 centimetres by 13.8. No, by 14.3. 1/2 centimetre all round. I went a centimetre on that one, didn't I? So I'm going to do 10. Discard that. And then 14.3. Okay, discard that. Oh, I won't discard that because it's going to be the width we need. So this is going to go on our inside or the dark on the inside. We will see which we prefer. Okay, and then this piece will fit on the front here. We just need to trim a tiny little bit off there. So we want that to be 6.9. 7.4, 6.9. Yeah, tiny little piece on there. Okay, so try that one again. And that's going to be on there. So we've got the front and the back of the patterns, which will look really, but they just work really well like so. Okay, and then we're going to have this on here. So we're going more to the navies already, the blues, because that was what I wanted to put with the yellows. And then on the front here, we will put our flowers and we'll have some yellows and some blues in there together. I think that's going to be quite nice. Are we liking the look of that so far? Okay, we need to just grab some Tombow. Preferably one with some, it's not running out. So I'm going to grab my tweezers. I'm going to get some of these layers put together just so we know where we're heading. So I'm going to leave that one for a moment. I might stamp on here. So we'll just take the papers. If there's a right and a wrong side, you'd like to have one better than the other, just take note of any one-way designs. And these Tombows have been laying down on their sides, so they might just be a little bit juicy. So get that one in there like so. So this is kind of, wanted to do a little bit of a fancy fold, not just a plain card. And I think the layers of flowers are going to suit this well. A bigger piece here. Hi Anne, nice you could join us. Okay, along here. There we go. And because Stampin' Up! Have their designers coordinate the papers so well, we've got this situation where we've got the fronts and the back just coordinate beautifully together. Okay, and then you can literally interchange them like this. We know they're going to match. We know they're going to go well. So these two on here. At the moment I'm thinking one of these are fussy cut flowers. Those two the same? No, they're different, I think. No, they are the same, look. No, they're not. Well, there we go. That might be reverse. Anyway, we just want one of the flowers. So I'm thinking this might come, I'm going to have this one because it's facing the other way. Because we've got flowers on here, I want to kind of bring this away from the edges so I can see this coming off the edge there. So we're going to leave that for a moment and just go to the yellows. Take some snips. Hi Anne, nice to see you. And now, I am going to be coming into a whole big sheet here because I've got no little pieces that are ready to be cut, a fussy cut. Okay, so I'm heading for this flower in here. Everything will get used, don't worry, nothing will go to waste. Just looks like I'm cutting into a great big sheet for small flowers. Okay. Right, I actually want a couple of shades here, so I might take that peach pie one as well. Or I might come down for that one. Let's see. I want to keep it to the yellows if I can. So this is a big sheet. I don't normally cut straight into the big sheets, but there's one I'm going to fussy cut. And I'll take this one here. Okay. You've not seen me fussy cut lately, so I think that'd be good to do a little bit of fussy cut and live. And I love our snips because you can cut so meticulously around these pieces. Look, just snip right to the edges. Okay, and then that's going to come off there like so. Okay, makes it much more manageable to use when we're separated. There we go. So those are my two pieces. So we're going to have a sentiment come through on here as well. So I'm going to tuck some of these yellows around the back of the flowers. Now I was wondering if these ones will separate out as well. But it depends whether I wanted a larger image, whether I want the sentiment. I'm cutting these in a second, but I'm just working out where I can put some yellow, splash of yellows coming in. Might have a few more. This will probably be raised. Let's get these down together. I think I don't need to, thinking on my feet, if this flower's coming across here, I want the greeting to be up here. So let's see what I've got on the table. I had ladies in the other day, and I brought out everyday greetings, and I think this one's still current. It's got a green tick on it. Which one shall I go for? I want a little bunch in the corner, really, so we might have to go with, this one again. I know I used the happy birthday the other day, but that's a really nice font on here. You have to tell me if I used this live or whether it was on the class on Friday I used it. Oh, it was this one, look, happy birthday on there. It's a really nice font, lovely shape, and got blocks here. And we're going to stamp this up in the corner this side, in the navy. Okay, now off screen I do have a piece of scrap paper here, so I'm just going to tap this and get a good covering on there, make sure that that's going to stamp nice and clear. Yeah, I think my navy could do with a little bit of a re-ink, so I'll go around the edges. We always tend to dive straight into the middle of an ink pad, but if you know you want a darker edge, really the edges I tend to find we stamp here all the time and the edges don't get so much use. Okay, so nice good press on there, and lift that off and we have a lovely image. Okay, so that can now go on here. The reason we don't stick it down first is because we always have the emergency side. If that hadn't quite stamped cleanly, we could have used the other side of the card. Okay, that's going on here. Of course, navy onto a black board don't really go very well, do they? I'll hold it up and just slide that round. Make sure we're in the centre. There we go. So to put this on here, we want to work out where half the middle of this piece of card is. So I'll show you what I normally do just so that you can see how I work. So this is 11 centimetres on here. So I want 5.5, just under 5.5. And there's a mark on there. And then the same here, just under the 5.5. And I'm going to put a big cross on it. So I know that that is the left-hand side. That is the side that I'm going to put the adhesive on. Okay, so I've got those two markers on there. My adhesive will go just inside those lines. Okay, you won't see them because you've gone just under the half. And if you want to be sure you know where those lines are, I'm going to actually place that where the two marks are here. I'm going to place that just over in the middle and then lift it up and turn it around so I can just make sure that it's straight. We've got the right positioning. Just making sure that that is straight on that half. Okay, and then when we shut the card, we've got that nicely placed in the middle. Okay, just as a little quick, when you turn the card over, you're not going to see any of that because it's all behind your adhesive on there. Okay, so we're going to put the, these are going to be placed up on dimensionals, but I must fussy cut these ones first. So just grab some glasses and just whiz around this one. So I'm holding the scissors firmly in my, I'm a right-handed crafter. So I'm leaving a tiny little border and I'm swiveling the card with my left hand. So you can see that's just swiveling around here. I'm trying to angle so you can see on the screen. Okay, so tilt that away from me so you can see. So everything is controlled by my left hand, just leaving that little bit of a border. You won't see the edges of the yellow so much because it's the lemon lolly and it's very pale, the outer edges. I'm just swiveling that on the left. Okay, I know I've converted a few people over to the fussy cutting, but it really is, it's very therapeutic. And many of you know I take my fussy cutting on holiday. A little bag of pieces to be cut out and a sharp pair of scissors And I use a nappy sack because they can fold flat, and they make excellent bins. So if you're cutting on an aeroplane or out on a balcony somewhere, drinking your cocktails, it's quite handy just to have something to do. Okay. So and the other thing with fussy cutting is it's one of those tasks where you tend to, had some ladies in the other day, and fussy cutting or colouring, and the room goes quiet because they're all concentrating. Okay, and that sometimes applies to me as well. So who's booked their summer holidays? Anyone going anywhere nice, looking forward to the spring or summer and getting away from the cold winter weather? I don't think we've got Linda on here yet today. I make it look so easy. Oh, bless you. It's just practice, Angela. You know me. Literally just swiveling the card paper with your left hand or your non-dominant hand. Okay. And if you're left-handed, I think I mentioned this the other day, people try to mirror what the right-handed people do. I am sloping my scissors away from me so you can see what's going on. I tend to have them bolt upright, but I'm slanting them slightly. What I find with left-handers, they try and do this, and they're covering what they're trying to cut because they can't cut that way. You need to keep upright or just slightly out. You just need to be able to see what you're cutting. It's no use cutting it like that because if I put that in there, I can't see it. So just think logically, or get a mirror and mirror what I do, and then you'll see yourself in the reflection. But practice, it's all about practice. Okay. Nearly there with this one. This is the biggest one. It's like riding a bike. You know, when we were kids and we had stabilizers on our bikes, we thought we were going to fall off all the time. And now what do we do as adults? We just get on a bike and just, yeah, like it was automatic. I've got a leaf getting in my way. There we go. Past the hurdle. There we go, nearly there. There we go, got to the end of that one. That's that. And then just this little one here. Just wanted to have a splash of the yellow on there because I love blues and yellows together. It's like outfits, clothes, blues and yellows go nice this time of year. Thing is, if you've got mix and match, you can have any papers that you've got. If you've got some scraps that you've got left over, you've got some pieces you want to use up, lay them all out on the table. If they've got some images, focal images you can cut out, then do that as well. But just lay the colours together and see what your eye likes. I can know that I've got in the cupboard, I've got some papers, a little bit nearer than that. And there's multicoloured flowers in there. And I'm just going to have those out on the table, spread them all out, and lay down colours that go together, that please my eye. Grab some cardstock that works with them, and then you can do anything like this we're doing tonight. Same principle, just flicking it around with your hand. So your left hand is controlling it here. There we go. all of those little pieces can go into the bin. Glasses up. So this one wanted to come here, but I want to raise this one up onto foam pads. So let's get those out next. Tweezers again. Oh, bless Anne. It's lovely having my overseas visitors on here. Got lots of different time zones, haven't we? I know sometimes I have Americans. We've got New Zealand on here. I'm putting quite a few of these on here because I don't want it to fall off. Quite a big piece. What I don't think I've done is made sure that I haven't got any overhanging the edges. Most of this is going to be just slightly off the... Look at that, how that fits in for the sentiment there. Absolutely perfect. There we go. So those ones can come down. Now these, we want some greenery in here. So we want some flowers to come out from the edges. We have this one. So these won't be quite so prominent because they can be coming out from the edges. And we've got some... I have to just lift that one up a little bit. There we go. So if we've got some yellows coming through, like so. Greens on here. See how best to put this on here. All I've done is just lifted up one of the dimensionals on here. I think that looks quite nice. There we go. So we've got some colours coming through there. I've lifted those up and stuck it down on here now, haven't I? So I'm just going to put the glue on the back of this one now. Coming over there. That's Tombow. Just to press that one down. We've got it stuck to the dimensional, so that's going to go in there. And this one can come under here. Now that could have, in the middle there, I'm going to place one dimensional right in the middle. Okay, so that's going to adhere it, but it's going to give it a little bit of a lift as well on the outside here. Like so. Okay, so they won't hang over the edges. None of those pieces hang over. Just wondering if we could squeeze another little tiny piece in. I could actually just do these ones, look, these little yellow ones. So these little ones in here. That's what I mean about using up all the pieces we've got. If I just whisk around this one, some of these smaller images can actually just tuck into those little gaps. A lot of people would just waste those ones because they're quite tiny. But you know I won't let that happen. Okay, just come along there. Now these papers, mostly yellow in this suite. The yellows, some of the pool party, the pale blue. But what I want to do as well is I want to do this again with the pinks because I think that the pink blossom, the stamps particularly, will look lovely as a pink blossom, not as a yellow. I want to get away from the yellow maybe and just go through the pinks, shades of pinks or peaches and pinks. So that might be something I have a try with. Just whisk around there and around the corner and up the other side. So when you've done your fussy cutting, you don't need to keep the pieces intact. Okay, you've probably remember, most of you on here have been on several of my lives. You could cut that straight through the middle there and have a little bit tucked in here and a little bit tucked out there. So let's just show you how I do that. So I fussy cut those. You see this piece, I can just literally cut that exactly through the middle, okay, roughly just anywhere. But these straight edges, I'm now going to just tuck these under here. You're not going to see the straight edges. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow on the back there. It's not too much. And that one can come in here. But the straight edge will be buried. It'll be hidden underneath. And then this one, that straight edge will be hidden under here. Okay, just popping a little bit of colour through there. Oops, there we go. So do the same here. There we go. There's just a little bit of a too big a gap in there for my liking, so I'm going to just tuck that through there. Okay, and there we've got that extra little piece just hidden in there and in there. Any straight edges, so when we're cutting from the straight edges of the outside of the papers, so like on here, you'll get partial images. So when I rough cut these to take on holiday, I usually cut the pieces in one and the whole pieces in another. Okay, so these pieces here will all get used because they can be hidden under other parts of a project. Okay, so, and floating cards, of course, those ones. So that is really, really lovely. I've got a little bit of adhesive I can see just shining through there. So just dab that off. And I think we are there with that one. I'm just going to grab some little gems to put on there. Now this set, I'm not sure if these current. Opal Round assortment. I'm not sure which set these were in. I hope these are still current. These were a lovely set. These are navies and there are some goldy colours, the yellows in there as well. So I'm going to use those. I don't know where I want to place them. Some of these yellowy ones. I think I'm just going to have them randomly up here. Again, we're going to do these in threes. So I'm going to put a couple there and then one off the edge here somewhere, like so. Can't really see that one actually. I'll move that one. I've placed it down, but that will just lift off because I've only just done it. There we go, it's on the scissor blade. So let's maybe put one in the middle of the yellow flower. There. Okay, so we've got our rule of thirds. We've got 3 on there. And there we go, we've got a lovely card. Oh, thank you. Oh, bless. It's just a little bit different. I wanted some blues and yellows, and so we're introducing those papers that were Fleur de Light, and this one was the Serene Love. Okay, so we've mixed and matched 2 different sets. We've got the inside of the card here to write on, so you could put something on this part as well. You're going to be hidden up to here, so we could, if we wanted, we could stick a panel on the inside there. So if we had one of those quarter panels, that's not quarter, is it? I've used those ones. Don't mind, let me just show you what I mean. Say we had, this looks like a panel. So say this was a whole panel, like so it nearly is. If we cut that in half, we could actually have a panel there that will be completely covered by our front topper. 14.8, that is the right length, so 7.4. So this piece here could be stuck in the middle of that one here to write on, and then close that down like that. I think I might just do that. Kind of shows you what I've done, and it's the same, virtually the same size panel I was talking about on the front. So you can eyeball this to the middle. Okay, so we've got top and bottom, right and left. Okay, and then we haven't got to go hiding under there to write. Okay, so pop that one in there. And we know that this is going to be covered by the panel that we've got on the front. Okay, so that just gives you the bigger place in there to write. And then that will zigzag like so. Okay, so you can see it from the top, zigzag and out. The other thing you could do, if you fancied having some colouring, you could actually colour in some of these. Just parts of it. You don't have to colour in the whole thing, just some of the leaves in green and some of the flowers in blue as well. Okay, so we'll have a go with that one as well. So there's the finished card. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to bring you back to me. Take that off and come back here. And then we'll pop you across. There we go. So that was my project for today. I've done a little bit of the housekeeping at the start so that you know Celebration's still running till the end of this month. And I am going to be placing an order. It's going through this evening. Okay, I said at the weekend, so it's going through at 10 o'clock tonight. So we've got a little while to go as yet. Okay, so thanks for watching me tonight. If you're on replay, thanks very much for joining me. Don't forget, if on the YouTube side, if you like and subscribe, then you will be notified when I go live in future. So then you can follow the channel. Okay, I know I need to do some front cover sheets on some of my lives. It makes it easier for you to find what the projects I've been doing. Okay, so I'll catch up on some of those this week. Okay, so take care and thanks again, and I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday, you won't see me on Wednesday. I am delivering a WI talk. So I am a WI speaker. So I do, I've got several this year. I think I've got 18. I've got counted up 18 this year I've got booked in. So quite a busy girl. And I will be doing some talks. I've got one on Tuesday night and one on Wednesday night. So I won't be live Wednesday, but we'll be back here again on Thursday. So I will put a notice up to remind you. Okay, so take care and I will see you then.